Hello everyone, thank you all for being here. Um, so we're gonna upgrade quite a bit today, okay? There's a lot of information I want to share with you, and it's all about how to operate the beyond time and space, and to create a measure of God outside of ourselves. So let's start at the beginning. Theurgy is ceremonial magic. It's the ability to affect change in the outside world through the will and the volition of either man or of a higher force or a deity. So, and there are two aspects of this we're going to cover today. The first one is called an invocation, and an invocation is when you make a supplication to a higher being to merge yourself and become one with it. It could be a saint, Jesus, an angel, a God, or some higher force of some kind. Or it could be in the process of you merging yourself with by trying to intercede for someone else. For example, by establishing and doing the torsion field and establishing the peace and the serenity that you know, and going into the blessed field and surrendering everything. And then suddenly you have the ability to share with others the to connect energetically in the torsion field with someone else, and then you're able to share with them the peace and the serenity that you know by locking into their energy system. I'm going to go over all of this in great details. Okay, I'm gonna cover this, and so what I want to share with you initially is that, and I've done this before, but I'm going to go in at a slower pace and I'm going to explain this better. When we want to, for example, we're doing the torsion field and we arrive at the point where we feel peace and we feel rest and we feel a sense of blessing and neutrality. If someone is in distress of some kind, and the distress could be lack of health, it could be financial distress, it could be emotional distress. There's so much stuff happening in the world right now that a lot of people are in panic, and it could be an agitation coming from there as well. And at times people call me and ask me for assistance. Now the assistance that I can provide is that I do 12 deep breaths. Now, I'm going to do the exercise with you, but it's going to take me 10 minutes to do. But in truth, if you're doing it by yourself, it's 1.5 to 2 minutes max. Okay? Where you breathe in deeply from the core of the earth, one breath you inhale, and then you exhale outside of your head, all the way back into source. Okay? And then there is a retention of the breath, meaning there's a pause. And then you inhale from source, and then you let the energy drops down, the breath return back into the core of the earth, passing through your body. And you do 12 of those. Now, since we have done the torsion field so long now, for over 2 years, some of us took several times a day, the moment you do the 12 breaths, your torsion field will be refreshed. And once that is done, you will be in a state of rest, serenity, peace, and neutrality. And you will be so surrendered to God that you will be able at this point to close your eyes. And if you can think of a person, and it would be great to have the person's permission ahead of time, that you can bring in your blessed field, that you wanted to intercede for, you wanted to pray for, and it could be for anything. Okay, and then you bring that you close your eyes, and while your eyes are still closed, okay, so it can be a person, it could be an animal, it could be a plant, it could be a location on earth that's having crises. Like right now, the Philippines is having a lot of volcanoes that are erupting. I'm asking that the whatever is in the highest good for all of the livelihood, animal, plants, human beings that are in the Philippines, that may God send that the softer landing for whatever is taking place happens, right? So you can always do this. If somebody's you're standing there, there's an accident, you can always send love to someone. You don't need to have permission to send love in the abstract way, not to try to interfere with their karma. Whatever is for their highest good, meaning if God intends for them to leave the planet at this moment, it's okay. May it happen in the highest way. Okay? So you're not interfering with karma. You're just making sure you're supporting that the highest outcome arrives and be connected to them. So I'm saying this because I want you to understand how to do this intercession. So once you close your eyes, you've done the 12 breaths, you close your eyes, and you basically are going to say to yourself silently, may the peace. So at this point, you're aligned, you're surrendering to God. You feel liberated, you feel freedom, spiritual and emotional and energetic freedom. And at that point, you will repeat, may the peace, the serenity, and the neutrality and liberation that I know, and you say pass on to you. And when you're saying pass on to you, so energetically, let's say Jane Doe, and then you found Jane Doe somewhere here. Energetically, you can sense where her energy signature is. It's not an image that you're holding in your head. When you do the torsion field and you're done, you name the person, you will energetically feel them somewhere on your field, like their presence. So you hold that presence, that direction, and then you think of your liberation, and then you say, may the peace and the serenity, the liberation and the neutrality that I know pass on to you. And when you say pass on to you, that's your trigger word for a projection to go to the location where the person is. If the presence is, you move it over them. And then you witness it for several minutes. And you will know when it's done and when it's time for you to just open your eyes and you're finished. Now, understand this. This projection is not you trying to interfere with karma. You're not doing this because it's an act of love, compassion, and mercy. It's an act of love, compassion, and mercy. It's not being done because you're trying to spy on them, you're trying to attack them, and you're trying to discover something nefarious about them. If you do it with those intentions, it will not work. You're going to get a backlash. It will not work. It has to be heart-centered. Because at that point, you're in quantum entanglement with the individual that you're trying to connect to. Since everyone in the entire multiverse is entangled with each other, you're acknowledging the entanglement through love. Because love is the engine that powers everything. And you then project, when you say, may the peace, the serenity, and pass on to you. The pass on to you is the projection. And you can feel whatever you're feeling in terms of your clarity and your liberation, you see it shifting, and wherever the other party, the subject of your healing and intercession is, you project it onto them, and you let it rest on them. You just hold it there. Now, sometime The subject calls me because they're in crisis. And I'm literally on the phone with them while I say to them, stay quiet for 5 minutes. I do my 12 breath, and then wherever I sense them energetically, I project onto them the same healing method that I just shared with you. Sometimes the person or the animal or the plant could be literally next to you in the couch. Or you could put your hand on them wherever you're inspired to put your hand on them. And then when you feel your clarity, your alignment, your connection to your liberation in the blessed field, at that point you can say, may the peace, the serenity that I know pass on to you, and see the projection passing from you as an act of kindness, compassion, mercy, and unconditional love. Pass on to you, and it shifts and it moves. It's coming from the highest place. This is not just ceremonial magic. This is divine magic, because it's come directly from love. That's what fuels it.
Question, Pierre?
Yes.
When you project or
Yes.
pass on to them the torsion field that you have about you, would it work to just expand the torsion field to include them so you're still in your torsion field and haven't vacated that?
You haven't vacated it.
So you pass your
You, you
torsion field
pass
to,
you pass the torsion field to them, but it hasn't left you.
oh, okay.
It hasn't left you. You're now entangled. It's like an electron that's entangled with another electron somewhere in the universe, and the first one vibrates faster, and then this one starts vibrating faster. It's
Okay, okay,
entanglement.
okay, gotcha.
You did not disconnect to the torsion field,
Oh, all right. Thank you.
because the moment you're in that field, you will feel the resonance. It's like two tuning fork, right?
Yeah,
If I
right.
if it's a key, if it's a F sharp, if I strike it, the other one that's the F sharp will resonate. That's what you're doing.
Sympathetic resonance.
Exactly, exactly. You will remind them that they are in the blessed field. And by the way, if the person is next to you or you have access to them, the moment you say pass on to you, because you're saying this silently, they don't know this. And I've witnessed this so many times with people on the phone or next to me. When I let the energy of the column pass on to them, immediately at that moment, the person will start sighing. Oh my God. Because the burden, the panic that they had, if they were manic about something, everything drops.
Hmm.
Everything dropped automatically.
Hmm.
It's instantaneous. So and this is something uh, that Lord Melchizedek is reminding us how to do. It is not complicated, because the true knowledge of God and the divine is remembering. And I'm going to go further. Yes, you can intercede for a lot of people and do this for this person without the other. But you can do this for your own self as well. Let's say, for example, you find yourself at one moment existing in your pain body. For whatever reason, you overstressed yourself, you have some discomfort in your body, or you're in panic, or you're worried about something. It's literally, and since we are multidimensional in nature, it's literally a very specific part of your being that's experiencing the lack and the distress. Whereas if you do the 12 breath I'm going to show you and elevate into it, you will be literally in a separate body that will be in the rest and the uh, alignment and the verticality of God. and the liberation of God. And that part of me that's in the verticality can say to that part, connect to it. As I'm now vertical and I'm at rest in that other body that's not in the distress, I now call forth the part of me that is now existing in my pain body, in my lack body. And when you find it, wherever you find it around you, now say the same thing. May the peace, the serenity, and the liberation that I know, and then project it with an act of love into that other part of you that's now in distress. You project it back to it. And similarly, that part of your body that's in distress will feel an immediate, if not instantaneous, but an immediate amelioration in the sensation and the perception of the distress. Immediate. By the way, this information came in this morning while I was teaching the same thing in an early class. So we're going to practice this in a few minutes. And I want you to understand that let me preface this by saying this, because several people are going to see this. And I want to say this, and I want to be very clear. If you have not been doing the torsion field like we have been doing for the past 2 years or a year or so, and if you're not connected and familiar to it, you're not going to have the results that we're going to have. Meaning it's a little bit more complicated for you to get to the same place of release. And part of it is because you've been you're not in the certainty and the connection to the torsion field that we are at the same level of certainty. So the practice of the torsion field becomes important. That's why it took me so long to be able to arrive here to be able to teach you this. So as we practice this more and more, you're going to get better and better at it. So the regular practice of the torsion field is still the key to the achievements, because these things are based on that simple building block, which is the practice of the torsion field. All right. So we'll do a quick 10-minute meditation, basically demonstrating to you what we just talked about, and then we'll talk some more after that.
Yeah, before we start on that, may I just share with you something very interesting? Your visual is blurred, and you sometimes have experienced that when you're projecting the Beyond Time and Space. I think you're
Yes,
interrupting the transmission of the video.
I'm
And
already
it's,
there.
yeah, you're very blurred. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already there. I'm already transmitting. It's already,
I thought so. Okay, just so you know.
yes. I'm already transmitting. Yes. I apologize for those who are watching these videos, but I can't help it because it affects the camera, because of the energy is banishing time and space and interfering with electronics. All right. So let's me cue in the music. Take a very deep and slow breath. And as you inhale and exhale deeply and slowly, allow the universal life force that permeates everything to enter into your lungs. Now take a very deep breath. From the core of the earth, and let this breath move upwards to the bottom of your feet, passing through your core, exiting outside of your head, and going into source as you surrender, exhale, and let go. Take another breath from source. And as you inhale and exhale deeply and slowly, let it drop on the top of your head, passing through your core, exiting at the bottom of your feet, and going into the core of the earth. Take a third breath from the core of the earth, rising as it passes through the bottom of your feet, moving through your core, exiting outside of your head, and going into source as you exhale and release everything completely. It is not your responsibility to fix or repair anything. Take a breath now from source and allow this energy to cascade down into the top of your head, passing down into your core and going into the core of the earth. As you surrender, release, and let go of all of your burdens. Take a fifth breath from the core of the earth And let this breath move through the bottom of your feet, passing through your core, exiting outside of your head, and going into source. As you exhale completely and release everything. Now take another 6 breaths from source. And let this breath cascade down and drop into the top of your head, passing through your core, exiting at the bottom of your feet, and going into the core of the earth as you release, surrender, and let go of everything. Take another breath from the core of the earth. Let this breath move through the bottom of your feet, passing through your core, exiting outside of your head, and going into the source as you exhale completely, surrendering and letting go of everything. Empty yourself out. Take another breath from the source. And let this energy cascade and drop down into the top of your head. Passing through your core. Going through the bottom of your feet, and be released into the core of the earth. Surrender, release, let go of everything. Take another breath from the core of the earth. And let this breath rise up, move through the bottom of your feet, passing through your core, exiting outside of your head, and be released into source as you let go of all of your burdens, all of your lack, and all of your fears. Take another breath from source, and let this energy drop into the top of your head, passing through your core, exiting at the bottom of your feet, and going into the core of the earth. Release and let go completely. Take another breath now from the core of the earth. Moving through the bottom of your feet, passing through your core, exiting outside of your head, and going into source. Surrender and let go. Take a final breath from source. And let this energy drop into the top of your head. Passing through your core. Exiting at the bottom of your feet. And going into the core of the earth. As you surrender completely and let go. Become aware of the subject of your intercession and healing. Call it out silently in your mind's eye. And locate it in space around you. May the peace, the serenity, the neutrality and liberation that I know pass on to you. Let a projection of love, compassion, mercy, entrained your subject into the peace, the rest, the stillness, and the unconditional love that you know. Hosanna into the highest. Hosanna into the highest. Hosanna into the highest. Take a very deep and slow breath. And whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Now, what may interfere with a proper projection of this act of kindness, love, and generosity? It's the fact that you, as the one that's interceding, begin to feel that the burden that the other party has is so big it cannot be solved. Now, this is why and if you're doing this, your ego is still attached to the narrative and the noise of the Zerapin and the 3D world. Because to the blessed field, to infinity times infinity, no matter what the burden is, it's insignificant. And as a matter of fact, it can be solved like this. When we begin to think that the person is telling us their distress, and their distress seems so big and so overwhelming it's clear that it cannot possibly be solved that fast. This is why you have to, when you're doing the breath, the 12th breath. By the way, the 12th breath will move much faster. It took me 10 minutes to do this because I have to explain it to you. Whereas, and as a matter of fact, when you're breathing with me doing all this explanation, you might even take more than one breath to go all the way up. It's really 12 breaths. So it should take a minute and a half, maybe less than a minute. One breath, exhale, still one breath, right? You inhale and exhale, one breath. And then there's a pause, and then the core of the earth. And as you're doing this, you're letting go of the glass ceiling of the Serapin. You're letting go of all the narrative of the lack and all of the, this is not possible. This is too difficult. Nothing is there. It should feel to you like you're blinking your eyelid. Like it's a breath, it's an exhale. Because it is that easy. And when you say, may the peace, the serenity, and the unconditional love that I know pass on to you, the pass on to you is the key, the trigger for the projection. And it should be almost like an exhale. It's like exhale, and then it moves into wherever energetically the person you're trying to energetically heal. Sometimes the person might be right in front of you. You're putting your hand on them, on the top of their head, their back, their arm. As you do this, you pass on to you. It will flow through your body right into them. Or it could be the person is in the room next to you. You're not even touching. In other words, distance is not significant in this. We are all, everything that in the multiverse is quantumly entangled. It doesn't matter how far you are or how close you are. And it's not for you to edit that it's too difficult, it cannot be done. If you're doing this, you're still holding on. You're judging. You're trying to control. You have to let go. You have to release. And as you continue to do this, you're going to get better and better at it. And you'll be able to intercede and to do this for, your plant, your animals, for people whose permission that you have. You can, particularly now, there's so many people around the planet that are distressed. It's not complicated. It's a minute and a half, less than a minute and a half to do the 12th breath. And then the next thing you know, you're capable of releasing their burden. It takes you another minute or minute, 2 minutes, depending on energetically what you're being told, to hold them into that field. And then you hold them in there, and then when you feel it's complete, you open your eyes, it's done. God is the blessed field has done what needs to be done. It's not you doing the work, in other words. Don't take it upon yourself to try to move the energy out and move the burden or the lack. You don't have that kind of power. I don't have it. But the blessed field does. The quantum field does. You're just nothing more than a guide that's asking for intercession from God. And you let God do all the heavy lifting and all the rest of the work. You just stand aside. I keep saying all the time, I've said this to you multiple times, I feel sometimes that I'm a train conductor. I just take individuals who are distressed into the proper train station, and I push them onto the platform, and I let God take over and do whatever God wants with them. And then I bring them back.
Yeah. May I share?
Yes.
I directed the energy, the column, to myself. This part of me, I guess, as you described it, that was stressed and not feeling well, from the part of me that was in this blessed field, torsion field, universal breath connections to source, and I feel better.
Yes,
I
yes, that's exactly
feel
right.
I feel better. I still feel the entanglement. And another interesting thing, I saw a beautiful color a couple of times, and another occasion I saw a blonde extraterrestrial. I don't know
Mhm.
how I identified him as an extraterrestrial, but
You
that
knew.
was, yeah, I just knew.
Yes, you knew. Yes, yes, yes.
Are we connecting to?
Well, what happened at the universal breath, really, because you've done the practice of the torsion field, it's actually a short torsion field.
I thought so, and I
It's a
wondered if
trick.
it
It's a
was the
trick.
extraterrestrial guardian alliance
Yes,
of.
that's what they are. Yes, it's a trick.
Oh, right, all right.
It's a trick.
Because I still had the torsion field when we started.
Yes.
Universal breath sort of anchored it, I guess. I don't know.
No, what happened is that the refresher with the breath is the torsion field.
All right, all
Your,
right.
your, your body is so acclimated with the practice of the torsion field now. When you do a breath like this, it automatically becomes the torsion field.
Oh, all right.
Without naming all the guardian and going through the whole process, it's much faster.
All right, all
This is
right.
the shortcut.
And it's no less powerful.
That's correct.
But what is different is the parts of self, if you're directing it to yourself,
Yes.
uh, that one part that is in stress, whatever you said, and the other part that is more in an ascended state, more of you would say.
Yes. Yes. That's a line. That's in verticality. That's correct.
Right, right, right. Okay, that's the different part than I experienced with the torsion field
Yes.
normally.
Yes.
Okay, okay,
The
gotcha.
moment that is complete, you're no longer in the stress body. You're no longer into the pain body. So you're now vertical, and
Right.
now from that verticality, you're gonna transmit. You're gonna bring that part of you that's out of resonance into this harmony
And you feel where it is in your
in your
field.
field. Exactly.
So I mean, my gosh, if you're really split into multiples, even you could do that.
It's scary. It's very scary because we have 12 major archetypes, and each one of them is a split of some kind.
Oh my. Wow, you could identify multiples then
Yes.
and
Yes.
address them at once.
Yes. Correct.
Hmm, that's great. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. And that whole mechanic was a download that happened in the morning class
Oh,
of directed it to self. And somebody in the class was also feeling, had sciatica, was feeling stress. And I said, I don't know why, but this is coming now. And this person said, it's for me because I'm feeling it now. And of course, when we did it together, she did it immediately. The pain was gone for her. Not gone completely, a great amelioration.
I would say the same for me.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely improved. So with the entanglement still feeling present, does that mean it's continuing?
It's continuing.
All right.
It's continuing. It's continuing. I'm
We're
so
gonna,
happy for you. I'm so
we're
happy.
gonna walk on water.
Yes, yes. No, no way. I'm telling you, Lord Melchizedek is not playing. You know what I'm saying?
No, he's not. No, thank you, Lord
For
Melchizedek.
all the work that we've done and all the heavy lifting we've done over the past since 2008, he's not playing. He meant what he said when he said, I will reestablish the true order of the Melchizedek order of neutrality on earth. I will reestablish it.
Couldn't be a better time.
Yes. So now think about this for a second. This is you merging with something else and becoming one with them. So this is an invocation. An evocation is you now calling an energy system, spirit, whatever it is, outside of you to manifest physically. And that's theurgy. But the mechanic and the muscle is the same. Let me explain. We talked about, again, the alignment of the torsion field, the verticality. to the breath as it happened, we just did right now. For example, if I have to do a torsion field, let's say I walk into a place, I've done this multiple times before, and I see the place is all negative energy. I have to host an event there, and I if my torsion field is not there and I need to refresh it, I do the 12 breath instead of the long version. Okay? And then the torsion field is there. Then at that moment, I do, instead of repeating what we just did, instead with my eyes closed, my eyes are open because I need to create an intercession in the entire space that's around me. So what I do, I say, I did begone time and space, and when I say space, the entire column that was above me it's like saying pass on to you, and it will shift and space, and at that point I in the middle of the space I find a location where I keep my eyes fixed, and that verticality moves into the center of the room where my eyes are fixed, and I don't move my eyes, I keep my hands up, and at that point I wait for the guardian to come in to reaffirm the boundaries around the space where I'm trying to create this act of love and compassion to change the frequency of the room. I just hold it, and then as the guardian comes in, first guardian comes in, counter rotating, going through from the core of the earth, I inhale the same 12 breath. Now out loud, I inhale. First breath. From source. Going to the core of the earth until all 12 breaths are done. And I hold it for whatever period of time. And as after I'm done with this, then I come in with a thought. As I said, it's a stick figure diagram. Remove negative energies from this room. Protect this house. Provide peace to everyone in this community. Remove the fear from the heart of all these individuals. Whatever it is that I have to do as an act of compassion to help the people that are inside the volume enter into a different state of awareness that will keep them closer to God. It's not an equal sign, but there's a lot of correspondence. Because one is internal, eye closed, the other one is external. Where I'm saying literally different command, different release, begone time and space. And as I'm projected, it shifts, it moves, and it goes outside of me. And my eyes are fixed in the center of the room. I can feel it into my mind's eyes. I can see where the column moved because it was vertical inside of me, and I can see it shift. Now, like I said to you before, Janice, it's not that I am separated from the torsion field. It's resonance.
Mm-hmm. Remember upstate when we were doing the fire ceremony?
Yes.
And we had the same projection into the
center of the fire. Yes, yes.
Yeah, yes, it's that sort of thing then.
Yes, exactly.
What kinds of conditions would you use this space projection to a space for?
Because let's say, for example, as I said before, there's a crowd that's in panic.
Oh, I see. So
and you need to project to bring them calm and create peace over an extended area, and it needs to happen all at once.
Oh, I see. Yes. So it's not a one-on-one, but it's
you and I would be busy forever.
Right. But this doesn't change what's happening around them, but allows them to be in
process it differently.
Right. And be in connection with
because they are connected to source immediately, they are reminded, and all of a sudden they see through the illusion.
And also they see what to do.
They see what to do because they're seeing through the illusion.
Mm, very good.
And when you do it, when you extend it like this and you do it, what happens is that you're creating a measure of God. It's Gandalf striking his staff in the middle of the room.
Hmm.
And the moment that happened, the measure of God, there's a volume being created. That's why you're now witnessing the first guardian is going to come in. And as I'm witnessing the first energy rising from the core of the earth, I'm inhaling with it. I'm accompanying it with my consciousness to blend myself with it. Because I'm the one that's going to put in the seed idea to bring peace into the heart of these individuals. Make them realize this whole thing is an illusion. Right? And so as you do this all over, or for me, I've done it several times for several places where literally the space was, we're holding WISAC or an event somewhere, and as we're holding the event, the place is full with negative energy because other event happened before, particularly in healing centers. They are sometimes the most polluted place that you can be because every healer comes in and removes stuff and leaves it in the space. And really, the healing room or the healing center should be sanitized like a surgery room. After every healer is done, the whole place should be sanitized. But it takes so long. The technique to sanitize places all takes so long because people have different technique. They have to sage, they have to do dowsing, and they have to go around the room and do all of the ceremony to move the space out. It takes so long. We know better. We go in time and space and project it. And all of a sudden, in a few minutes, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, the whole place is clean. As you hold it and you're seeing the torsion field, once all 12 breaths are finished and the torsion field is complete, everybody that's in the room will immediately, like you just did, will find an amelioration immediately because they are inside the torsion field now. They are in neutrality. Immediately they will sense what, and if they see you do it, they will say, what did you do? What did you do? Now I tend not to do this in front of people. And I'm going to tell you why. Because people in the light community are always looking for a miracle. And when you can manifest that easily, they begin to follow you blindly and give their power over to you. And it's going to be a test on your negative ego. I hold this close to my chest and I do it if I don't have any other choice. I've done it in front of people before, but it's always my student. Because the moment people see that you can do this, they will, oh, this person has power. This person has power. I don't have any powers. It's not mine. It's the blessed field. I know this because when I was a pharaoh in Egypt in past lives, I became pharaoh when I was 11. People kept telling me I was God. By the time I was 15, 16, I believe I was God. Your ego is going to get inflated by these projections. So I'm giving this to you as a warning to be careful how you process this and how you manifest this. Does that make any sense?
Oh, yes. And I'm wondering if the illusion that has been released with this practice is a part of, as you say, the Serapim, as well as the negative forces, the archons or the
Yes. Yes.
yeah. So instead of releasing them, as we have done as well, this is another way to clear that.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. And to be honest, it's not complicated, and that's what I'm trying to make you understand.
It's simple, really.
It's so simple. I keep telling you all the time. I've been saying this for years, and I'm able to explain it. It took me since 2008. I've been trying to explain this. It's like blinking your eyelid.
And you always said if it's complicated, it's not
It's
of
not of
God.
God.
Yeah.
It's not of God. It's man-made.
Yeah. Simple and beautiful.
It's like a blank of an eye. Now, what I'm gonna add today in the meditation that we're gonna do is that I am gonna. So you know how we after every torsion field we ask, we try to remember our identity in that dimension.
Yes.
Instead of doing this, we're gonna simply say, "Be gone, time and space," because the part of ourselves that exists in the 6D, 9D, 12D, we're going to remind them that at the command of begone time and space, they are to move together in one column. It's like
Oh,
training the troops to march together.
oh.
And the
So,
release and the change, you will see when we do it, the release and the change it creates is completely different.
oh,
So when you physically utter it, because we're saying it when you're doing the meditation by yourself, you're going to say it internally inside of yourself silently. But when you utter it out, because to do ceremonial magic, you have to utter the word. Remember in the Bible, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. It's the Word that and the measure of God that creates the the volume, the exception that you're trying to create. So to manifest your word and make the word have to give you the authority and the power to shift it, we're gonna add this at every torsion field, every guardian, every collective, to let them know that we are gonna act together the moment we say this.
all right. And so during the torsion field, would we do it in the meditation or independently later? Will we project our arm outward as well to,
No, no, you don't need to project for now. Just
oh,
silently say it. I will guide you into it. Just silently say it. I'm going to guide you, and I'm going to say it out loud. But you silently say it. Be gone time and space when you get to the 6D or the 12D or the 14D. Just keep repeating. Be gone time and space.
so the silent word is as effective as the
It
vocal
will be
word?
as expected. You're reminding them that when I trigger this externally outside, you're gonna move with me to bless, to provide a measure of God, a bubble where we're gonna create an exception to create something else that it doesn't exist in the environment at the moment. Does that make sense?
I'm just thinking about the torsion field uniting all of the dimensional selves,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Still, what, but this does something beyond that, I guess.
Yes. 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 Because now it's the trigger command to let everything move out. Part of the reason we're doing this, it's because you and I are not in certainty that we can do this.
Oh,
We all can do this, but there's a part of us that have doubts, and we need to do this to remind again the same way we remember who we were in those dimensions. We need to remind ourselves that we're able to control that power in that dimension.
oh, I see. Hmm.
I've taught, there are people, students of mine who have seen me do this, and they've tried to do it. They can't manifest what I'm doing. A part of the reason is because they don't have the authority to command it. And by doing this, you will have the authority, because dimension by dimension, the guardians and you now have integrated, because you remember your identity in all the step and everything I'm doing. It's being done carefully, and it's being planned
Systematically.
systematically. There's a reason for this.
Yeah.
First, we were trying to remember who we were so that we remember our identity in those dimensions. Now, having now identified ourselves in those dimensions, now we are now going to have the authority to use that word.
Hmm.
So that when we trigger it, it creates a change. And all of it can only happen because it's a projection of an act of love. If it's coming from some sort of personal agenda, ego related, blah, 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 it will not operate. You will do it, nothing will happen.
So when we are now doing the beyond time and space at each dimensional level of the torsion field, we are uniting all dimensions in one into this column.
Yes.
What do we do? Are we doing something with this column once complete then, aside from
Once we've done this enough, once it's complete, you're going to physically manifest it outside. You're going to practice it.
so the torsion field completing the unification of our dimensional selves will then, once we are comfortable with that, will empower us even more to project.
Yes.
Oh,
It will
wow.
become like a sneeze, achoo, and then it will be done.
No kidding. Wow.
It will be so easy. It's like a sneeze. It's achoo, and then it's out there.
With that comes great responsibility.
Absolutely. That's why I keep talking about the morality and the love and the compassion that comes with it. That you can't misuse this.
And you don't want to direct it to any particular uh, end goal to take on the karma of whatever it.
Absolutely. Here we go. Here we go. Absolutely. Because you cannot take the comment. That's why it has to be a stick figure intention. A very big, broad intention. You remove the fear from the heart of these individuals. Let them find peace and serenity. By the way, by the time you create you become time and space is done, and the whole space, the measure of God is created, they will automatically be in the same aligned state that you're in. Every atom, every molecule inside the volume will be in that same state. Now, as an additional, you could leave it at that. Sometimes that's all that needs to be done. It's sufficient for everybody to come at peace. But there are other times where you need to put something else in, and you will say something very simple. Let peace enter the hearts of all these men and women.
Mm-hmm. Even those that you feel are creating problems
It
and
doesn't matter. Yes, well, they are the one that need the peace the most.
right, not the ones that are suffering from
Yes,
that.
they are the one that we need the peace the most.
Oh.
Because attack is a loss of control and an attempt to gain it back. These people are more trouble.
Mm-hmm. What a wonderful world.
Yeah, it's not again, as I said, it's not rocket scientist. It's actually very simple to do, and so simple that I have found it extremely complicated, and it's taken me all these years to be able to explain it. And part of it is that I had to take you energetically on this journey to bring you forth to this time, and the timing was not correct.
Mm-hmm.
There were so many people around me in the early days in 2010, 2012, 11 who wanted exactly that information, but they were not patient enough. They didn't want to do the emotional intelligence, the social. This is why you're talking about great power, great responsibility. They didn't want to do the work to subdue their negative ego.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see these people online right now. I'm still friends with them. I know a few of them, and the way they are acting, they are out of alignment. No judgment from me, but it's just an observation. And since everybody is in their own journey, I'm still friend with them. I still hold space that eventually they will find a way to get to where we are. But they didn't have the patience. I feel sorry for them because now I'm sharing everything because the timing is. I was waiting. It's not my technology. It's not for me to share something when Lord Melchizedek says keep silence. Wait. I have to wait for the permission. All right, 5 minutes, and then we'll do the closing meditation with the big on time and space at every dimension. 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was just thinking about, and we sat with Georgie's address,
Yes.
talking about how inner peace is needed for outer world
Yes.
peace. And we need to be in neutrality before we start the torsion field, right? So do we need to do the 12 universal breaths? I don't mean right now, but
No, no, no. But sometime I have.
yeah, I have two, and
Eh,
it really worked.
It really worked. It will. Thank you for sharing that because there are times I wake up in the morning because you don't know when sometimes you dream you go to the wrong place. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I, I'm trying to sit down to do the torsion field and I can feel inside I'm not at rest if things are shaking inside of me. And I have to do the 12 breath first.
Right, right.
And then I calm down and then I can do the practice.
Good to remember. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Take a very deep and slow breath. And as you inhale and exhale deeply and slowly, allow the universal life force that permeates everything to enter into your lungs. Keep breathing deeply and slowly. And let your soul and your awareness drop in the middle of your chest. Please forgive me. I love you, and I let go. Please forgive me. I love you, and I let go. And the guardian alliance of light approach you, offering to gift you their shields of light and protection, and a band of neutrality. If you're ready to accept this gift at this time, answer affirmatively, and let the energy of the first guardian enter at the bottom of your feet, counter-rotating, moving through your core, exiting outside of my head and going into the top of the fourth dimensional body, creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Begone time and space. The axis at the top of my head extends and it attracts now the energy of the second guardian, coming in from source, rotating clockwise, passing into the top of the fifth dimensional body, moving through the top of my head, passing through my core, exiting at the bottom of my feet, and going into the core of the earth while creating all around me. A torsion field of neutrality. Begone time and space. The axis at the bottom of my feet extends and it attracts now the energy of the third guardian, coming in from the core of the earth, counter-rotating, moving through my core, exiting outside of my head and going into the top of the six-dimensional body, while creating all around me. The torsion field of neutrality. Be gone, time and space. The axis at the top of my head extends and it attracts now the energy of the fourth guardian, coming in from source while rotating clockwise, dropping into the top of the seventh dimensional body, passing through my core, exiting at the bottom of my feet, and going into the core of the earth while creating all around me. The torsion field of neutrality. Be gone, time and space. The axis at the bottom of my feet extends and it attracts now the energy of the fifth guardian, coming in from the core of the earth, counter-rotating, moving through the bottom of my feet, passing through my core, exiting outside of my head, and going into the top of the eighth dimensional body, and creating all around me. The torsion field of neutrality. Be gone, time and space. The axis at the top of my head extends and it attracts now the energy of the sixth guardian, coming in from the top of the ninth dimensional body, passing through the top of my head, moving through my core, exiting at the bottom of my feet and going to the core of the earth, while creating all around me. The torsion field of neutrality. Be gone, time and space. The axis at the bottom of my feet extends and it attracts now the energy of the seventh guardian, coming in from the core of the earth, counter-rotating, moving through the bottom of my feet, passing through my core, exiting outside of my head, and going into the top of the 10th dimensional body, while creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Be gone, time and space. The axis at the top of my head extends and it attracts down the energy of the 8th guardian, coming in from source while rotating clockwise, dropping into the top of the 11th dimensional body, passing through the top of my head, moving through my core, exiting at the bottom of my feet and going into the core of the earth, while creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Be gone, time and space. The axis at the bottom of my feet extends and it attracts down the energy of the 9th guardian, coming in from the core of the earth, counter-rotating, moving to the bottom of my feet, passing through my core, exiting outside of my head, and going into the top of the 12th dimensional body while creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Be gone, time and space. The axis at the top of my head extends and it attracts now the energy of the 10th guardian, coming in from source while rotating clockwise, passing into the top of the 13th dimensional body, moving through the top of my head, passing through my core, exiting the bottom of my feet and going into the core of the earth, while creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Be gone, time and space. The axis at the bottom of my feet extends and it attracts now the energy of the 11th guardian, coming in from the core of the earth, counter-rotating, moving through the bottom of my feet, passing through my core, exiting outside of my head, and going into the top of the 14th dimensional body while creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Be gone, time and space. The axis at the top of my head extends and it attracts now the energy of the 12th guardian, coming in from source while rotating clockwise, dropping into the top of my head, passing through my core, exiting at the bottom of my feet, and going into the core of the earth while creating all around me a torsion field of neutrality. Be gone, time and space. I stand in spiritual rectitude and verticality, for the rod of Melchizedek and I and the celestial axis are one. Hosanna into the highest. Hosanna into the highest. Hosanna into the highest. Take a very deep and slow breath. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes.
Thank you, thank you. May I share
Yes,
what
please.
joyful smiles were brought to my face at each dimension when beyond time and space was commanded. Is such a wonderful reception at each dimensional self. And I was reminded also of your channeling of Lord Buddha at the Wesak, where he talked about the illusion of separation like bubbles
Mm.
above the ocean created by over of domestication, over generation, of overstimulation. We are not even in our dimensional self, we're still feeling separate in
Yep.
that in those dimensional selves. So this is receiving the unity of oneness, not only in all dimensions, but in the ocean, that is to speak, say, with God.
What we are endlessness. Yes, exactly, exactly. Beautifully said, Janice. And may I say something else as well? It's reminding me of a sensation that I used to have that I haven't felt in a long time, which is when you're in that alignment, as you're connecting with the various guardian, the various level. It feels at the moment when let's say I'm uttering a word like beyond time and space, like there was a small mini, like the floor started to tilt with me.
Ah, I felt a tremblement de terre.
There you go.
It was
That-
like a little earthquake and
yes,
a
yes,
crumbling away.
yes, yeah.
Yes.
When that happened, you're in alignment. That guardians are with you. You can project it. When all of them are aligned like this, you can project it.
Okay, all right.
It's
Oh,
a slight tremor. It feels like
yes.
the floor tilts slightly. It goes boom boom, like something. There's a shift.
Yeah, 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 exactly, exactly. So now we'll get used to this
Good, correct. That's correct. Right.
and then be able to make
We
good
project it
use.
outside. We practice projecting it outside.
Wow.
And also doing the internal one as well, because the one-on-one is necessary as well, particularly to heal our own self. And sometimes you don't need to do the whole crowd. You do the crowd, for example, for the bubble when you need to clear a room, or if you, particularly now when so many people are in distress, you just want to provide peace to in the heart of all these individuals or
Yes,
small community that's in panic over something.
yes, yes. Both are very
Very potent,
potent.
very powerful.
Yes.
And this is the way and by the way, the beyond time and space is going to help us as well at the time of the galactic equator crossing. We need to practice it now to be ready for that moment.
Oh, imagine, yes, how much stronger it would be then.
Yes.
Oh, and we could project that externally out to
Yes.
the outer world.
Yes.
Wow, that's great. That's wonderful. Thank you, Pierre, for bringing this to us over patiently over the years that we've been with you and systematically guiding us to where we are today.
You got it, Janice. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and I will talk to all of you next week. Blessings to all of you. Good night.
Good night. Good night. Love you.